I'm going to tell you something that completely changed the way I see money forever. Completely. So I remember one day someone told me, if you don't learn how to leverage debt, you'll always be working for someone who does. Let me repeat it one more time. If you don't learn how to leverage debt, you will always be working for someone who does. Think about it. Every single job you've ever worked, somebody leveraged debt to build that company. They probably used either credit, capital, funding, and then they hired you, and then you showed up every single day and you paid them with your time while they're building generational wealth. And that is the game. That is literally the entire game, my G. But nobody told you or sat down to explain that game to you. So let me do that for you today, okay? I'm going to show you exactly how to clean your credit, how to build your profile the right way, and how to get maximum funding. Everything, the entire sauce. No gatekeeping over here. The actual fucking game, okay? So let's get into it. The first thing I want to start talking is this. So most people think bad credit just means no money, or every time they apply, they're going to get denied and they don't have any options, or just wait for 7 years till all the negative items comes off. No, that is absolutely not true. If your credit is damaged, but your business is making real revenue, there are lenders who will fund you based on that revenue, not your credit score, your cash flow. They're gonna look at your bank statement once they see consistent money coming in, and they make a decision based on that. And it is called alternative lending, okay? Alternative lending. This is super important, guys. A lot of people don't know about this. So here's the thing though. The interest rate is going to be higher. Of course it is. Why? Because you have bad credit. You can't be entitled if you have bad credit. You just shut the fuck up and take the deal, right? They are taking more risk on their side. I've seen rates up to 25, 30, and sometimes even 40%. And before you freak out, let me reframe this for you. If someone comes up to you right now and he offers you $10,000, and you know for a fact, based on your past experience, last couple months, on real numbers, on the track record, that you can for sure flip that into $30,000 in the next 60 days, will you take it? Of course. You don't care what interest rate is, right? You're gonna make the move anyways and pay it back because you know for a fact you'll be able to pay it back, and you're gonna flip it. The problem is people taking the money with no plan. That is the fucking problem. Do you understand? So what they do is they take the $20,000 once they get approved, and then guess what they do? They get fresh. They start buying stuff. They start buying watches, clothes, designer clothes, and stuff like that. And that is not a lending fucking problem. It is a mindset problem. Now they're stuck in debt. They're even in a worse position from where they started at first. And on the other side of this, if you own assets, for example, guess what? You can leverage those too. Let's say you own a property worth of $200,000. You can literally borrow against it even with bad credit. The asset can be a collateral. So it is completely different route, but same game. So there's different ways to approach this funding thing. If you have bad credit, obviously, boom, there's multiple different ways. And now here's the actual thing. If you want real money, the 0% interest business funding, the 100K approved, the $200,000, guess what? You are going to need personal credit clean first. Your personal credit must be good, okay? If you want the 0% APR, because that profile is literally the key to everything. And I personally moved my credit score from 430 to 800 plus. And the best way, or the best thing about having 800 plus credit score is that you can literally take credit cards with 40K limits in one day. Just like that, money that you never had before. And now probably you're asking, okay, how to actually clean your credit? What is the real process? I will explain exactly step by step, okay? Keep taking notes because this video, I promise you, it will be full of fucking game. Let's go step by step on how to actually get 700 plus. Step number 1, pull all three credit reports. This is super important, okay? From Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Not from Credit Karma, not from any regular app, no, from the fucking three bureaus, because the same account can be reporting differently across each bureau, and you need to see exactly what every lender is seeing when they open your file. And this is super crucial, guys. Step 2 will be map every single problem you have, every single negatives. It can be collections, the agency name, the original creditor, the balance that they're claiming, the date of the first delinquency, every single thing, every card balance and the utilization percentage on each card individually, every hard inquiry, every account age, every error, everything, guys. Write it all down before you touch anything. Step 3 will be debt validation letters, and this is super crucial, and this is what the amateurs in the credit repair niche do wrong. So you need to send certified mail with return receipt to every collection agency on your file. And under the federal law, the FDCPA, guess what? The collection agencies, they have to prove three things: that the debt is fucking yours, that the amount is accurate, and they have the legal right to collect. And here's the magic trick. Most people don't know about this. A lot of these agencies, the collection agencies, especially the ones buying the old debt portfolios in bulk, they cannot produce the documentation. They cannot give you the paperwork, because every time they buy the old debt multiple times, the documentation don't transfer properly. And just based on that, that gives us leverage to remove it. Now you can legally correct it or report it. You just dispute it, and now the credit bureaus will contact the collection agencies, and once they cannot verify it, guess what? It comes fucking off. It gets deleted. Do you understand the fucking trick? That is the secret. 4 will be anything that is inaccurate on your report, you need to directly dispute it with the bureau. And you need to be very specific, guys. If it is wrong date, dispute it. Wrong balance, dispute it. Even if it is just re-aging, meaning where they report, they're going to report it as it is more recent delinquency date than actually it is. And just to make the debt looks newer, and that is direct FCRA violation. Do you understand? That grounds for an immediate deletion. And a lot of people are not using their own rights into their own advantage. This is your fucking right. Do you understand? So you use it, leverage it. And that's what I love about America, to be honest. There's a lot of loopholes. Even Trump, how many times did he file for bankruptcies? 7 times, they say? Do you think that motherfucker couldn't pay it off? Do you think he didn't have the money? Of course he did. But guess what? Don't hate the fucking player, hate the game. Step 5 will be for the accurate collections that survive the dispute process. Now, I want you to negotiate pay for delete. Not status change to paid, from unpaid collection to paid collection. No, full deletion. And what I want you to do is this. I want you to offer 25 to 40 cents on the dollar. And I want you, this is super important, get a written agreement on their letterhead before you send a single dollar, and then, and only then, you pay. Do you understand? Those 5 steps are super important, and their order is even more important, okay? And while all of this is running and cooking, now we get into step 6. I want you to focus on fixing your utilization at the same time. So every single card that you do have, I want you to bring it below 10% before the statement closing date, not the due date, guys, the closing date, because that is the day that balance gets reported to the bureaus. And that number right there, that is the number that the lenders see. And one billing cycle of this done correctly, you will see a score movement that months of random payment will never fucking produce. I promise you, you can literally see your score jump by 50 points by just this small tip. And that is the entire process. It's super clean, super specific, and I'll put it in the right order for you guys. So now, just take action on it. And maybe you're asking, okay, what are the secrets the banks are not really telling you? This is an insider information. So here's something that most people in the credit space never talk about. So most people apply for credit in the same way. What they do is they just go online and they fill out a form, they submit, and then they just wait. They get whatever limit the algorithm decide to give them based on what they put in that box, in that form. That is not how people get real fucking capital. Do you think that's how you get 200K in funding? Absolutely not. You know why? Because an algorithm have a cap to it. The people who actually understand the game, guess what they have? They have direct relationships with bankers inside institution. So they go in with a document application, they request a specific limit based on their client's asking, and then they don't just apply and hope. They walk in knowing which banks approve which profiles, which credit unions in which state are more lenient on high limits, which lenders are more likely to say yes to whatever they have on their credit profile. And that is the fucking game. That knowledge right there, knowing where to go, who to talk to, how to request instead of just applying randomly, that is literally the difference between getting a $2,000 limit and getting $25,000 limit credit card with the same exact profile but completely different results. You see where we're going with this, boys? We're fucking cooking. And on top of all of that, what they do is they pre-qualify first. So they know before they submit whether it is going to get approved or not. So their inquiry counts stay low forever. So they don't do random application. They don't waste any hard polls. Every move is very strategic. And that is the game. That is the secret. So now once we have the personal credit is clean, here's how the funding sequence really works. And this is the most important part from the entire video. So if you made it so far, congratulations, you're fucking serious, okay? So business credit cards is first always. What they do is they require a personal guarantee, so your personal credit needs to get evaluated. But they report to business bureaus, not the personal ones, which means you're building your business credit file without touching your personal utilization. Two things happening at the same time. And we have another option, which is business line of credit through online lenders. So the way this works is these lenders weigh business revenue and bank accounts history alongside the personal credit. So you need to have a clean personal profile plus consistent deposit in a dedicated business bank account. So once you do that, 3 to 6 months of consistent deposits will give you real capital from these banks. And the business bank account matters. So not a personal account where you run business income through. I want you to open a dedicated business account because lenders want to see a pattern of business revenue over time. They don't want to see a big deposit. They want to see a consistent cash flow month after month. And then and only then you approach traditional banks, then the SBA products, and then you're gonna earn your way up. So I don't want you to skip any of the sequence because the timing of each one of them truly matter. And for the people who already have revenue, even with bad credit or damaged credit, the alternative is lending routes. That is available right now, or revenue-based lending, or asset-based lending. So you don't have to wait for your score to improve. If the business is already producing, you can use what you already have. You access the capital, you execute, you pay it back, and then you're gonna build your profile on the other side. The goal is to get to a point where you can walk into a bank and they're competing for you. Not you're begging, no, they're competing. You're just choosing whatever you want. And that is what a clean profile gets you. It gives you a lot of options and leverage. Let me leave you with this. The reason I believe most people stay stuck or stay broke forever and they still keep getting denied again and again, and they keep paying high interest on everything and keep watching other people move while they're stuck, is not because they're not smart enough. It is not because they don't work hard enough. It is just because nobody showed them the fucking game. Do you understand? I want you to truly understand this point. Credit is not just a number on an app. Credit is a leverage. Credit is access. Credit is the reason some people wake up and money just comes to them, and other people wake up and trade time for it. So I came to America with absolutely nothing. No credit history, no file, no one showed me shit. I had to figure this shit out by myself. And I built my profile from scratch, and now I help other people do the same thing. I help them clean the file, build the structure, get the funding, access the capital. So if you're done watching and you're ready to actually move, link is in the description. Fill out the form. We get on a call. pull your full report, and I tell you exactly what your profile needs and how you can fix it. So stop waiting. The game is running right now. The question is whether you're in it or not.